The city is set to brace for a significant dip in temperature, reaching as low as 14 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. The consumer watchdog finds 3 duvets with discrepancies between actual filling and label claims. And Siobhan Haughey bags 2 more bronze medals in the 50-metre freestyle and breaststroke at the National Games. Good evening, you're watching Cable News. I'm Evan Bai. A sharp reminder for residents, especially the elderly, to keep warm and be mindful of home safety, as the observatory warns a cold front is sweeping in, set to significantly lower temperatures in coming days. Jeremy Zhu reports.
Despite warm temperatures in daytime, the observatory forecasts that a cold front will move across the Guangdong coast around midnight. Urban temperatures will drop to around 15 degrees by Tuesday evening, falling further to about 14 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday. Some New Territories areas will be even colder. This cold spell marks the first significant dip in temperatures for mid-November. Looking ahead to the winter season, the observatory predicts the number of cold days will be near normal, ranging between approximately 9 to 17 days.
根據我哋天文台初步分析呢
Mei, acting assistant director of the observatory, said winter temperature this year would be normal to above normal. Having said that, the weather and temperature fluctuations from day to day can be very large, and cold weather may still occur from time to time.
長者喺寒冷天氣下面應該注意嘅事項。
With the colder conditions, health warnings are also being emphasized. Maura Wong, CEO of the Senior Citizen Home Safety Association, pointed out that the number of elderly people being hospitalized or suffering falls during cold weather has risen year on year, reminding both seniors and their carers to keep warm and be vigilant about home safety. She advised using onion layering with multiple thin garments for easy adjustment indoors and out. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
As the weather cools, the consumer watchdog offered a timely reminder that filling compositions for 3 double duvets fell short of claims, with another sample even has fire hazards. Kunting Yang has more details.
In a test of 20 double winter duvets priced between $339 and $5,580, the Consumer Council discovered 3 with falsified contents. One, advertised as 100% wool, contained only about half that amount, while another had a mere 20%. A third, purportedly made with 40% soy protein fiber, was found to have just a quarter. The findings also revealed significant safety concerns. In a key test, one silk duvet ignited easily from a cigarette. The brand later admitted the product had never undergone flame retardant testing. Performance issues were another letdown. The most expensive quilt tested, priced at $5,580, showed poor resistance to filling leakage, while another costing $1,999 shrank dramatically after washing.
We actually strongly advise that the consumer should actually check out the reliable brands based on the feedback from the internet users, internet consumers, and also on the e-commerce platforms. And also they could refer to the report that we have produced this time.
The watchdog called on consumers to wash duvets only during the changing seasons or when necessary so as to reduce the chance of affecting their performance. And the test results had been referred to the Customs and Excise Department for further investigation. Quentin Ya, Cable News.
Ahead of the Christmas travel season, the Consumer Council suggests travelers carefully compare the coverage and exclusions of various travel insurance plans before purchasing, in response to complaints about unsuccessful claims. The Consumer Watchdog received 55 travel insurance complaints in the first 10 months of this year, 25 fewer than the same period last year. One traveler was denied compensation after checked bags arrived 31 hours late on a return flight from Vancouver to Hong Kong because the policy covered only outbound baggage delays. Another traveler on a self-drive trip in Japan was stranded 8 hours in a snowstorm, arriving late at the hotel. the policyholder tried to claim 100,000 Japanese yen for emergency rescue and 1 night of accommodation fee, but was refused because the policy covered only public transportation delays. The council urged the insurance industry to improve the transparency of policy terms and conditions. The city welcomed around 4.6 million visitors in October, pushing the cumulative total for the first 10 months of the year to 41 million, both of which hit a 12% year-on-year increase. Last month, the mainland remained the largest source of visitors, contributing 3.45 million arrivals, a 10% rise from a year ago. Meanwhile, non-mainland tourists accounted for 1.13 million visitors, picking up 19% year-on-year. The number of visitors from short-haul and long-haul markets saw increases of 20% and 21% respectively, while arrivals from new markets surged by 26%. According to the Tourism Board, during the first 10 months of this year, the city has welcomed 31.44 million mainland visitors, up 11% from the same period in 2024. Non-mainland arrivals totaled 9.62 million, a 16% rise year-on-year, among which visitors from Taiwan, Australia and the Middle East showed particularly strong performance. In a bid to calm the escalating spat, a senior Japanese foreign ministry official has arrived in Beijing and will meet officials. Meanwhile, China has ruled out a leaders' meeting at the coming G20 summit in South Africa. Quentin Yang reports.
Director General of the Japanese Foreign Ministry's Asian and Oceania Affairs Bureau, Kanai Masaki, arrived in Beijing today. He is expected to meet with Liu Jinsong, Beijing's Director General of the Department of Asian Affairs of the Chinese Foreign Ministry, among other officials. NHK News reported that Kanai will explain that Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's words about the potential response to a contingency in Taiwan did not deviate from Japan's position regarding Taiwan, and urged China to refrain from actions that further damage ties. In response to China's travel warnings, which urged citizens to avoid visiting Japan, Tokyo said, such recommendations appear to discourage personal exchanges and are completely contradictory to a recent agreement between the nation's leaders on a strategic and mutually beneficial relationship, as well as constructive and stable ties. Meanwhile, China's foreign ministry today again urges Japan to stop overstepping the line, retract its erroneous words and deeds, and honor its commitment to China with concrete actions. The spokesperson also revealed that Premier Li Qiang does not have a meeting arrangement with Japanese leaders at the coming G20 summit in South Africa this weekend. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
Nearly 70 schools in Australia's capital, Canberra, have been closed over health fears linked to contaminated coloured sand products. Jeremy Zhu has more.
The closures come as a recall list expands, with 4 types of magic sand toys being the latest products withdrawn. Retailers announced that laboratory tests identified asbestos in product samples, posing a potential health risk. Asbestos is a known carcinogen. If its fibers become airborne and are inhaled, they can lodge in the lungs and cause serious diseases, including cancer. Authorities have stressed that the current risk to public health is low, as the tested samples are not believed to release inhalable fibers unless crushed into a powder. In response, government crews have been conducting professional asbestos checks across school grounds over the past 2 days, removing any residual toy sand to ensure all learning environments are safe. This follows an incident last week when Australian authorities recalled over 20 types of Chinese-made craft sand from 3 brands, also after detecting asbestos, leading to closures at more than 20 schools and preschools. Concerns have also spread to the neighboring New Zealand, where some schools have suspended classes to conduct their own checks. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
Japan's economy shrank 1.8% on an annualized basis in the third quarter of the year, marking the first negative economic result in 6 quarters. The loss in gross domestic product is marginally better than the median market projection of a 2.5% drop. On a quarter-on-quarter basis, GDP slid 0.4% in the July to September period, according to the Cabinet Office. The authority attributed the slump to sluggish overseas trade exports and private residential investments, which were pulled down by automotive tariffs from the United States and construction regulation changes. The weak GDP data comes as the Tokyo government complies a stimulus package to help households manage rising living costs. Economists generally view this quarter's GDP figures as having a marginal impact on Bank of Japan thinking when next deciding interest rates versus factors such as inflation. Now let's take a look at the stock market. The Hang Seng Index ended the day down 188 points. Top active stocks of the day: Checkafun was down 20 cents, Xiaomi was down 40 cents. Meituan was up 30 cents, Ping An was down 40 cents. Hong Kong's flying fish Siobhan Haughey has secured a double bronze medal haul at the National Games in both 50-meter breaststroke and freestyle finals. Jeremy Zhu tells us more.
In the 50-meter breaststroke final, swimming in lane 3, Haughey took on the challenge after already claiming gold in her signature 100-meter and 200-meter freestyle events. She stayed close behind Shanghai's Tang Chen-Ting and Shanxi's Yang Chang throughout the race, ultimately securing the bronze with a time of 30.71 seconds. Another SAR swimmer, Eunice Mann, claimed 6th with a time of 31.76 seconds. Pushing her limits with 2 races in a single day, Haughey had just about 5 minutes to recover. Then from lane 5, she immediately returned to the pool for the 50-meter freestyle final. There, she repeated the feat, clinching another bronze medal with a time of 24.84 seconds, alongside with Zhejiang's Lu Yue. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
Hong Kong cycling star Cecily Lee clinched her 3rd gold medal of the National Games in the women's omnium, cementing her status as a trailblazer for Hong Kong athletics. Kun Ting Yang reports.
The 24-year-old, donning a light blue outfit, secured a nail-biting victory with a total of 124 points, edging out rival Zhou Menghan of Henan by a single point in a dramatic finale. Lee built a steady lead early in the competition. After the opening scratch and tempo races, she accumulated 76 points, holding a 4-point advantage. The elimination round saw her finish 3rd among 18 cyclists, adding 36 points to bring her total to 112, 6 points clear of Liu Jiali of Sichuan heading into the decider. The final points race, a grueling 20-kilometer test of speed and tactics, featured 8 sprints where only the top 4 finishers earned points. Lee scored in 4 of these sprints, including a critical 9-point haul. Although she missed out on the double points offered in the final lap, her consistent performance throughout the event proved enough to secure the historic win. This victory marks Lee's 3rd gold of the Games, following earlier triumphs in the road race and the Madison, making her the first Hong Kong athlete ever to achieve a triple gold feat in a single National Games. Kun Ting Yang, Cable News.
At the National Games, Hong Kong badminton player Angus Ng has been eliminated in the men's singles quarterfinals, losing to Wang Zhengxing of Hunan. Jeremy Zhu wraps up the actions.
Having previously defeated Lu Guangzhu of Jiangsu to reach this stage, Ng facing Wang started strongly, taking the first game 21-18. Having not dropped a game on his way to the quarterfinals, the SAR athlete finally faced a sterner test in the 2nd game. After trailing for much of the game, he fought back to lead 18-17. However, he then lost 3 points in a row and ultimately lost the game 19-21, leveling the match. In the deciding game, despite a late rally from 8 points down, he lost 14-21. Ng was unable to advance beyond his best-ever National Games result. Speaking to iCable News afterwards, Ng said the National Games had been an intense experience. He described playing 9 matches in just 11 days, calling the schedule brilliantly compact and pushing him to his limit. Despite the loss, he had no regrets, he added. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
On to the weather now. Becoming cloudy, it will be appreciably cooler with 1 or 2 light rain patches tomorrow. Temperatures will progressively fall from a maximum temperature of about 23 degrees at midnight to a minimum temperature of around 15 degrees in the urban areas tomorrow night. The minimum temperatures will be about 14 degrees in the urban areas on Wednesday and Thursday. That's our news tonight. I'm Evan Bai. Thanks for watching and good night.